Welcome to chair yoga. Come to a seat in a nice chair that's got a firm bottom and it's supportive and it won't move around on the floor. Come a little bit forward in the chair with the feet firmly placed down on the floor. You can begin by just rocking the feet back and forth from heel to toe. And then a little bit side to side. And then push the feet down and lift up all the toes and put them down one by one, starting with the baby toe, making your way to the big toe. And then lift up all 10 toes again and gently place them back down. And lift them up again and place them back down one by one. And I'm wearing socks with grippy bottoms so they don't slip and slide. If you find your feet are slipping and sliding, take your socks off so that you can have them firmly planted on the floor. Check in with the hips. Feel them rooted down into the chair, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, noticing what it feels like to be off balance so that you can find that place of balance side to side. And then we'll do the same thing front to back. Just rocking back and forth in your chair, finding that place of balance from front to back. And then pause. Notice your neck and your shoulders. You feel like you are rounded down, or are you sitting up nice and tall? Is there length in the neck? As you push down onto the feet, feel the legs begin to engage. You can engage the belly, gently draw it in, feeling the muscles engage in the belly. The head, the top of the head is, imagine you have books or a jug of water on your head and you're trying to push it up towards the ceiling. Drawing the ears over the shoulders over the hips. Bring the chin down and back just a little bit, lengthening the back of the neck a little bit more. And allow the eyes to rest on the floor or close the eyes. Bring the attention to the breath, feeling the breath as it moves in and out, just noticing how it's moving. Are you breathing through your nose? Are you breathing through your mouth? Where does the breath go? Does it just move into the chest and stop there? Or does it move all the way down into the belly? And when does your body expand? Does your body expand on the inhale, or does it expand on the exhale? And where do you feel the movement? In your sides, your back, your chest, your belly. Becoming familiar with the breath. And then if you're not already doing so, begin to bring the breath in through the nose to the back of the throat, down into the chest, into the belly, feeling the whole body expand as you inhale. And then the exhale goes the opposite way, from the belly, through the chest and the lungs, through the throat, to the back of the nose, and then out the nose. Inhaling through the nose, feeling the chest lift and expand, and the belly. And then as you exhale, letting the air back out the opposite way, engaging the belly muscles to help push the air back out. And again, inhaling, feeling the whole body expand. And exhale, let it all back out. And then bring the hands together in front of you and rub them. Getting the palms of the hands nice and warm. And place the palms of your hands over your eyes, bringing warmth to the eyes, the eyebrows, the area around the eyes. And as that begins to dissipate, slowly start blinking the eyes open. Maybe lower the hands, opening the fingers a little bit, letting a little bit of light in at a time. And then let the hands come down to the lap. Check in with the posture again. Are the hips sinking down as the feet push into the floor and the spine and the head lengthen up towards the sky? Take a breath in and let it out. We're going to do a little bit of eye exercise. So let's start by looking straight ahead and then let the eyes drift over towards the right and then back through center and over towards the left. And let the eyes glide back and forth. Notice how it feels, what you can see. Bring the eyes back to center, close them for a minute, take a breath. And blink the eyes back open. Look up towards the ceiling and down to the floor. Letting the eyes glide up and down. Noticing if they move slowly or if they get caught or it's a jagged movement. And then pause when you come through center. Close your eyes. Take a breath in and let it out. Blink the eyes open and look down towards your left shoulder. And then bring the chin up to the right corner. Think about the face of a clock. You'd be moving your chin from around like between 10 and 11 down to 4 and 5. Gently moving the chin up and gently moving the chin down. Inhale as you lift the chin and exhale as you lower. You can do this with your eyes closed or you could do this with your eyes open. And pause as the chin comes back down. Bring the head back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. Bring the chin down to the right shoulder and then bring it up towards the left corner and back down to the right. This time moving about from 7 to 2 on the clock. Try to link the movement with the breath. Inhale as you lift the chin up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as you bring the chin down towards the shoulder. And then pause when your chin comes down to your shoulder. Bring your head back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. And we'll bring the shoulders in to the movement. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and let them come back down. Inhale the shoulders up and exhaling them down. If you want, you could make circles with the shoulders. You could do one shoulder at a time. And then pause and go the other direction. Moving both shoulders together or one at a time. And then pause as you come back to center. Once again, checking in with the posture. Feel the feet push into the floor, the muscles in the legs engage, the belly's a little bit tight. It's So you're helping to protect the hips and the lower back. The spine lengthens up towards the ceiling. The ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Let the hands fall down to the sides and gently inhale, letting the arms rise up. And exhale, letting the arms come down. And then inhale the arms up in front. And exhaling them down to the sides. Go with your range of motion. Go where you can go. And if you feel like one arm needs to stay down, keep one arm down. Only do this with one arm. Focus on inhaling as you reach up and exhaling as you reach down. And sometimes when we can't do a movement, it's good to visualize the movement. There's been studies of athletes who've been injured and they can't do their sport. But if they visualize their sport while they're recovering, when they are able to do their sport, they're able to get back into it and where they left off a lot faster. So visualization can be very powerful. Inhaling up and exhaling down and pause. Shake out the hands, shake out the shoulders, and shake out the head. Take a breath in and let it out. Bringing the hands up to any height that feels right in your body. We're going to make a fist and then let it open. Getting some movement through the fingers. I notice my palms are up towards the ceiling. I'm going to turn it over and see if it feels different with the palms down towards the floor. And then I'm going to make fists and make little figure eights. I'm letting the thumb be the leader right now on my figure eights. And I'm trying to keep my elbows still so that this is really about the wrist. If I make it bigger, then I start to bring in the elbows and the shoulders. Check in to make sure the spine's still nice and tall, that you're not rounding down. And then pause. Take a breath in and let it out. Bring the hands back up in front of you in a light fist. This time, bring your attention to your pinkies, and maybe we do this one at a time because this is a little bit awkward. And you're going to make the figure eight with the pinky. And if you can, trying to just do it through the wrist. But I sometimes find it easier to start big with the pinky side and work to smaller. Just because it feels a little bit awkward and it's a little harder to get the mind and the muscles to work together. And then if you're doing one arm, then switch to the other. Thinking about that pinky being the leader. You can start big and get small, or start small and get big. Just getting that movement. Figure eights are nice because they get movement in all directions. And then pause, bring the hands down, take a breath in, and let it out. We'll bring our hands down onto the tops of our thighs, that at the knees. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to turn to the side for this so you can stay right where you are. And we're going to just begin to rock forward. We're keeping a tall spine, looking down at the floor so the neck stays nice and long. The head's reaching up towards the ceiling. We're just rocking back and forth, getting that movement in the hips. You can go as far forward as you want and as far back as you want. But try to keep the belly engaged, the feet pushing into the floor, and the spine nice and long. And then the next time you come forward, pause. You could stay here, supporting yourself with your hands. Maybe come down to your elbows. Or if you have a piece of furniture in front of you, or you have some boxes or some yoga blocks, you can bring your hands down to the blocks or the furniture. Or if you have the range of motion this morning or this afternoon, you can bring your hands down to the floor. Just coming into a forward fold, opening up the back. Breathe into the back. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Bring the hands back to the knees if they're not already there. Slowly rise back up. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale the arms up, and again stop wherever they want to stop. And then exhale the hands down to the knees. Begin leaning forward with a long straight spine. You can pause here. Come to the elbows. Come to the furniture, or let the hands come down to the floor. You can even hang if you feel safe to do so in your chair without falling out. And take 3 long, slow breaths. And then slowly make your way back up to seated. Take a breath in and let it out. And one more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward, long, tall spine. And then exhale into your forward fold. 3 breaths. And then slowly come back up to seated. And pause. We're going to move into a cat-cow. For cat-cow, drawing the back towards the back of the chair, letting the shoulders and the head round forward as you exhale. And as you inhale, drawing the chest forward, lifting the head, feeling length through the front of the neck as you inhale. And exhaling round. And inhale, lengthen. Go slow and feel each part of your spine move through this movement. And then come back to a nice tall back. I'm going to move into a cobra, so you can hold on to the seat of your chair or the back of your chair. And you'll lean forward, draw the shoulder blades together on your back and open up through the chest. The head can stay neutral, or maybe you lift through the eyes, lengthening the front of the neck. Take 3 breaths. And lower the chin, come back to seated. Take a breath in. And let it out. Bring the hands back to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Draw the chest forward and the shoulder blades are moving together on the back. Lift the head. Take 3 breaths. And exhale back up to a nice tall back. And one more time, hold the chair bottom or the back of the chair. Bring the chest forward as you lift the head. Drawing the shoulder blades together on your back. Take 3 long, slow breaths. And then exhale the hands back down to the legs. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale, reach up with the arms nice and tall. Exhale the arms down to the knees, to a long straight back. You can stay here or come down to the elbows, or walk your hands down towards the floor, coming into a forward fold. Take a breath in and let it out. 2 more long, slow breaths. And slowly walk your hands back up, coming back to seated. We'll take our legs a little bit wider apart, placing the hands on the tops of the knees or on the inside of the thighs. And we'll lean a little bit forward, keeping the spine nice and long, and draw the right shoulder down towards the left knee. And then inhale back up. And then exhale the left shoulder towards the right knee. And inhale back up. Feeling the stretch through the side body. Getting a little bit of twist. Inhale as you lengthen up. And exhale as you move into the twist. The next time you come over to the right side, pause. If you want, you could bring your hand over and you could rest on the knee. Again, you could bring your hands down to a piece of furniture or to yoga blocks or to the floor. Take a long, slow breath. Push into the feet, bring the hands back up to the thighs. Rise back up. Take a breath in and let it out. And bring the left shoulder towards the right knee and pause. You can stay right there. Maybe you come down to the elbows onto your thigh, or you walk your hands down towards a piece of furniture or to a block or to the floor. And take 3 long, slow breaths. And slowly walk the hands back up the legs, come back to seated. Take a breath in and let it out. And walk the feet back towards each other. Lift the left foot off the floor, so you can do that by just coming up on the toes. Or you could hold onto the leg and pull it up towards the chest. When you do this, be careful you're not crunching the body down. Keep the spine nice and long, trying to get the movement through the hip, and then bring it back to the floor. Then on the other side, the same thing. So you can roll up onto the toes. You can lift it higher with the hands. Or maybe you hold onto the chair and you lift and lower the leg. Inhaling as you lift. Exhaling as you place the foot back down onto the floor. Feeling the length in the spine as you inhale and lift. Letting all the air back out as you exhale. One more time on each side. And then pause. Take a breath in and let it out. Extend the left leg out in front of you. And lift the foot off the floor and lower it back down. Inhale, lift. You can hold on to the chair or your hands can rest on your thighs. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And this time as you lift, hold the foot up there and point and flex. You can make circles. Get some movement through the ankles and make circles the other way. And then you could do figure eights. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Pause for a breath. Check the posture. Feet pushing into the floor, belly drawn in, spine is nice and long. And inhale, lift the right foot and lower it back down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Keep moving with your breath. And pause when you lift your foot and point and flex. Getting movement through your ankle. Make circles one way. And make circles the other way. Make figure eights. Then bring the foot back down to the floor. Take a breath in and let it out. Take your left leg out to the side. We'll come into a side stretch. So coming down onto the elbow. You could stay right here. Maybe you bring the arm up and over with the palm down towards the floor. The head could look down at the floor. You can look straight ahead, or you could look up towards the ceiling. Take 3 breaths. Inhaling back through center. Take a breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands down to the knee. Leaning forward. Coming down onto the elbows or coming into a forward fold. Take a breath in. And let it out. And one more time. Slowly bring the hands back to the knees, rise back up. Take a breath in and let it out. Place your left hand on your, or elbow on your left knee, coming into the side stretch. Maybe bringing the arm up. You could stay in stillness, or maybe you bring in a little bit of movement, getting some stretch through the back of the shoulder by letting the arm rotate forward and the head come down. And then inhaling, lifting the head up and lifting the arm back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Or you could just stay in stillness and enjoy a few breaths. And one more time. Inhale back to seated. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale the arms out and exhale the arms down, coming to a long straight spine, leaning forward. You can stay here or come down to the elbows or to the floor, forward fold. Take a breath in and let it out. And on an inhale, slowly rise back up. Bring both the left leg back to the front. Hold on to the seat or the back. Inhale, bring the chest forward, lift the head back into a cobra pose. Take 3 breaths. Inhale back to center, sitting up nice and tall. Bring the left leg out to the side. We'll come into that side stretch, so bringing the arm up the side of the body, and maybe bringing the arm across the head with the palm down towards the floor. Feeling the stretch through your left side. Take 3 breaths as you inhale, feeling the ribs spreading wide apart, and then allowing them to soften as you exhale. And inhale back up to center. Take a breath. Check in with the feet that they're rooted down into the floor and the belly is engaged. Inhale, reach up. Exhale forward with a straight back. You can stay here or move into a forward fold. Take 3 long, slow breaths. And then slowly rise back up. Bring the right hand over to the right knee, the left hand to the hip. Come into your side stretch. You can stay here or let the arm rise up. You can stay here for a few breaths, or maybe you begin to rotate the arm forward, bringing the shoulder towards the floor, feeling the stretch through the back. On the left side, inhale back up. And exhale, reach forward. Inhale the arm back up. And exhaling, back down. Inhale back up one more time. And pause. Inhale back through center. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale the arms up, feeling nice and tall. Let the hips sink down. Push the feet into the floor. And then exhale forward, long, straight back. Staying here, moving into your forward fold. 3 long, slow breaths. Slowly rise back up. Bring the right leg back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. Now we'll do some exercises for the feet. So coming up onto the toes and rolling over the toes so that you feel the front of the feet. You can do both feet together, or you could do one at a time. I'm going to turn to the side and take my sock off so you can see a little bit better. So the foot is on the floor. I roll up onto the ball of the foot. Feel the stretch. Then up onto the toes, over the toes. So I can feel the stretch from the top, all through the front of the foot. And again, check in with the posture, sitting nice and tall. Roll back over the foot. And again, you could do this 1 foot at a time or both feet together. If you're doing 1 foot, take a moment and switch to the other foot. Rolling up onto the toes and then over. Pause for a breath or two. And roll back the other way. It's hard to do from angle like that. Two more times. And then pause. Take a breath in and let it out. And we'll move into a either tree pose or a figure 4 pose. So you could just bring your foot against your leg like this, keeping the toes on the floor. You could bring the foot a little higher. Or if you have a box or something in front of you, you could let the foot rest so that the knees hanging out to the side, giving you some openness through the side of the groin and the outer hip. Or you could bring the leg up onto your knee if you have that range of motion today. Most importantly, the feet that are on the floor are rooted down, the spine is lengthened up. Take a nice breath. And maybe you stay right where you are. Maybe you inhale the arms up or out to the sides. Or maybe you come into more of a forward fold. Take 2 more breaths. And slowly rise up if you're folded, or lower your arms if they're lifted, and unwind the leg back to the floor. Take a breath in and let it out. And we'll move on to the other side. So we could be putting the toes on the floor, letting the knee come out to the side. We could be placing the foot up a little bit higher using a prop, or bring the ankle over the knee. Getting our alignment with our hips sinking into the chair as our spine lengthens up. Maybe lengthening up, feeling that openness. Taking long, slow breaths. Feel the energy moving through the body. Or if you feel like you'd like some opening through the back of the body, coming into a forward fold. And on an inhale, begin to rise up. On an exhale, lowering the arms down if the arms are above the head. And unwinding and bringing the foot back to the floor. Take a breath in and let it out. Then we're going to move into a twist. You can bring the right hand across the body to the outer side of the left leg. You could stay here. Maybe you bring your arm, your hand to the side of the chair or to the back. We want to feel that twist through the front of the torso from the left shoulder down to the right hip. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, maybe finding a little bit more room to twist. But being careful you're not over twisting. You want to go to a place where it feels nice and where you're not yanking and pulling and tugging. And then slowly come back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. And on your next inhale, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, begin to twist the other direction. Notice how it feels on this side. It might feel the same, it might feel different. Using the breath and the muscles in the front of the body to help move into the twist. Using the core. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting. And one more long, slow breath. Slowly come back through center. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale, arms up. Making a Y with the arms. And then draw the elbows down, making the W shape. And then on an exhale, draw the elbows and the hands slightly behind you, feeling open through the chest. The shoulder blades moving together on your back. Maybe you lift the head. And then exhale, bring the arms together in front of you. You can cross them over one another, or you could interlace the fingers and turn the palms out. Bringing the head down and the shoulders round. Then exhale the hands back down to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up to the Y. Exhale to the W. Take a breath. Exhale to the elbows reaching towards each other behind you. And exhale the hands in front, maybe meeting or turning the palms out. And then exhale the hands down to the sides. Take a breath in and let it out. One more time through. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to W. Feel the shoulders soften, the neck lengthen. And exhale, bring the arms down to the side. Bring the hands slightly behind you, drawing the shoulder blades together on your back. If it feels okay in your neck, lifting the head, reaching with the chin. Feeling length through the front of the neck. And on an exhale, bring the arms round in front, rounding the spine forward. Hands can interlace and turn the palms away. And exhale, release the hands back down to the sides. Take a breath in and let it out. Bring the hands back to the knees. We'll rock slightly forward and slightly back, finding that center place. You can make really big